Hello, this is You're Going to Space. So this one's a little weird. This one might be one where we have to kind of figure out which parts we're going to play. So I'm just going to explain all the parts as we're doing it because a lot of it is very dynamic because there's a lot of different moving parts at the same time. So the intro of the song, if you watch The Stars and Meteors, you're going to recognize this chord shape where it's the middle finger and then on A, on the third fret, or I guess sixth fret, capoed, 3 here. So sixth, and then index finger on D, on the fifth fret on D, and then on the same fret as the middle finger on B makes that chord. So we're gonna arpeggio this to move from 6 to 11 to 14. And then add your pinky to 15 on E. So it's that weird sort of chord. That's the intro of You're Going to Space. There's some dead silence. And then the guitar comes back in again with middle finger on 11 on E. And then index finger on A on the 10th fret. And then open D string here. And then that's when the other guitar comes in. And I think I'm going to play the other guitar part, which my part would be same chord as the beginning, except I'm moving from here to here. And while I'm doing that, you're going to do the... So it's going to sound good. We do that 4 times until we open chords. Same as the intro, except just open. You know, it's like we're going to space. Do that 4 times, all right? So on the last repetition of that, or I guess on the start of the 5th repetition, same as before, go to 11, and then you stop, do the open chords, or do the arpeggios. Repetition here, you move down to 3 on E, and then we start the verse, which is the please say don't send my coffin into outer space. Play that like normal, all right? Just repeat that section 4 times, and that's the verse. Until the final words are, the stars they fall, in the end of it all, we won't know. And just like right after the arpeggio notes, we do that sort of like I don't ever wanna go holding on for you, which I think I'm gonna do that part since I have the 12 string. It'll add more flavor. Like, that's what I mean. Like, a lot of this song is just the same parts playing the like same thing, but just with different accents to it. So it's like so I'll have you play this part, and then I'll come in with the and Lev is going to be with us, and Lev, he's going to sing his part that he sings on the album. So point is that right after that section where we do our build up is like, I don't want to go, take me back, it's all I'll ever have. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that section again 4 times, repeating it, or 8 times actually. And I think in person we'll figure out a way to organically end the song, because it usually just fades out. But obviously playing it live with 2 other people, you know, we're gonna have to figure out a way to like kind of end it, and I'm sure we'll be able to do it naturally. But as far as that, Lev's gonna be singing with me, so it's gonna sound great. In terms of You're Going to Space, I think that's all the parts you need to know. Really, it's just taking the same chord shape like that. So that's You're Going to Space. All right, this is Cancer Cusp. This one is probably the most difficult one to play. I'm still debating on having you play the part, which is this part. That part's a little hard, especially to play while singing. Fortunately, I can do it while singing, and I will have the 12 string, so maybe it'll accent that better. But I'll just explain all the parts, and then, like I said, for You're Going to Space, we can kind of figure out which parts we're going to play, and then go from there. So the song starts off with this weird, I don't know what to call it, not riff, but it's weird. So 11 on E, make sure you're capoed at 3. So 11 on E to 13 on A to 11 on B to 13 on G, 12 on G, open D string, back again. So like that. So I do these weird accents throughout the song, or variations, where it can go from instead of going to here, it goes from 11 on B to 13 on B to 12 on G. So or I can vary it and go from 11 on B, 12 on G, 13 on D. So generally what I'll do is I'll play the 13 on B. That one will be my second to last one on the repetition, and the 13 on D will be my like a phrase ender, essentially. So it'll go like this during the choruses. You know what I mean? It like, It's varied. It goes from that. That's why I think I'm gonna play it, since I think like playing with the 12 string will accent that better. And I'll have you play like whole chords, but essentially goes. We do the opener or the intro where it's. Just playing the first two. Drums come in, and what we can do here is that in the beginning when I was playing it, it was just me on 12 string, but maybe we can make it sound fuller, like you also play this along with me. So, same chords is pretty much a goodbye. Just playing that C to E to F. I know it's not really F, it's just easier to say these chords rather than like trying to translate it since the capo, but it's. And then thus starts the verse, where it's just. And I might have you play this because for some weird reason, every time I try to sing while playing the verse here, I get like lost. So like I'll show, for example, like I'm on my way back to you. You know what I mean? Like I fuck it up. So I might just have you play that part and I'll sing along to it. But essentially you're just playing a power chord, or you're, I know arpeggiate is the wrong word, but you're essentially just going back and forth there on the power chord on the 3rd, 6th fret on A here. So this chord is going to be different though, because you know you're going to have the open chords here, so it sounds more star-like or dream-like. So go into the chorus. I think there's only 2 or 4 phrases per verse, but the chorus is super simple to understand. However, it's probably going to be the most difficult for all of us, because just like the intro, I know, see, I can't even play it. I know you care, I care too, in the end, where will... So that second part of that chorus there, I go from 13 on E and just going 2 frets up on the same string. So back again. So it's like, I know you care, I care too, in the end, where will you be when this falls apart? Essentially, that's all the parts to the song. So after the second chorus, where it's like, whoa, whoa, I'm gonna have you play these open chords, and we're gonna do the intro together. So on the 12 string, I'm gonna be playing the solo that's at the end of the song. So. With the 12 string, because it's going to sound so fucking good. And then we can just kind of end the song there. I think that's all the parts you're going to need to know. With a lot of these songs that I wrote, all of them have like 2 sections, but then like the outro just is like an extended version of the chorus, but with like a solo. So that's, very easy shit. Hopefully what I said made sense. This is the last tutorial I recorded for all of this stuff. So hopefully, these made sense. So I think that's about it. Practice. This is the tutorial for Sleeping Pills. This song is played in half step down. So what I'm thinking of having is just having this guitar tuned a half step down, so that when we go to play it, I'll just give you this guitar to play, and then you can bring your normal acoustic guitar that's tuned to standard. That way it'll make these tutorials easier, so that you don't have to relearn them, but with a half step down tuning. Anyway, so to play the verse of the song, the band all comes in at the same time on the E here. And it is, what you're doing is you're taking your middle and your ring finger and you're taking it off and back on again. So it goes like this. 2, 4, bar chord on 4, to 5. Make sure you alternate. Makes it like heavy. And then here's the walk up to 7. And then octaves on the E string. And so what that is from here, which is 6, 7, 8, 9 to 4 to 5 to 2, 5, 4, back to E. And so that's when the lyrics would come in. So, hold my head to sleep, it's all I could ask from a brother, I can't keep by. I'm playing it slower so that you can kind of understand how that works with the lyrics. Obviously, though, you can listen to that and figure that out. So anyway, after we get through the first verse, so ask me how I feel, well, I don't know. We do another walk up, but we go up one more time. You say I wouldn't want it anyway. And thus begins the bridge of the song, or of Sleeping Pills, which is super easy. This is literally written like a Weezer song. It just goes 4, up 1 string on 4, E on 2, 5, 4. See how that works? So we do that 4 times, repetition of 4. And so on the last phrase, it goes to 5 instead of 2. go back to the verse. And during this section, I'm playing the solo on the 12-string guitar, so I'm doing the... So during that section, you're playing like the verse. And that's honestly all you really have to know. Just make sure you get the walk-ups right, because the first time we did that walk-up with the octaves, we only do it once. But the next 2 times we go... To say I wouldn't love it anyway. And then the song ends. So that's pretty much Sleeping Pills. Just make sure you take what I gave you and apply it to the rest of the song. And you'll be able to do it. Thank you. Hello, this is for Loveland for guitar tutorial. Loveland is super easy because essentially I'm going to have you play the bass line throughout the entire song, because the whole song is just the one riff. Starting on E, on the E string, 2nd fret, moving to 4 on A, 6, 2, 1, 4, 1, 4, 6, back to 2. That's the whole bass line throughout the entire song. Where it gets interesting is adding the intensity, so adding bar chords or power chords to where like it starts building up. So during the choruses, obviously it's going to have the bar chords of... you know, like that. Where I'm going to have you kind of do your homework is just playing along with the song and figuring out when to do it. And since you're a good guitarist, I can imagine that you'll be able to pick up really easily when to add the intensity and whatnot, because I'm going to be on the other guitar, I'm going to be on a 12-string, and I'll be doing the little additions. So for instance, right after the first chorus, after the first bar chord area, there's a section where it's just for 1 repetition. Then I come in with this. I am losing focus on this. I try, and you try to. And during that, you're just playing your bass line. And then we continue with the verse as normal. And the verse is just the bass line and singing. And so, yeah, essentially you're just playing bar chords in that one riff. There's a moment too where the outro of the song, so after so on the second chorus, we play the outro, and you're just going to be playing this. With those little extra bits there. That's what you would be doing, essentially, for the last 2 phrases of that outro. And you'll see where I mean, because you'll hear it if you listen to the song. So that's all you're doing for Loveland. Very easy. Alright, this is the guitar tutorial for Stars and Meteors. This one is really easy. You're just playing your standard acoustic guitar. So I'm going to open this one, since I'm going to be playing this 12-string guitar. Playing those arpeggiated notes is going to sound better, but, you know, I'll do the... And then we come in on here. So the chords I am playing, or at least the note shape that I'm making, is a sort of triangle where I have my middle finger on A, and then I have my index finger 1 fret up on D, and then I have my ring finger on the same fret that my middle finger is at, but on B. Remember that, because that's you're going to be making these shapes later in the song anyway, as well as for You're Going to Space, because You're Going to Space has the same chords. It's pretty much the same chords, but with a different song in a way. So yeah, we come in here on 6, 7, 8. And then what you're doing is basically just playing G, C and G, and then this chord as well. So, oh yeah, you're also capoed at 3. Bar chord on 2 here on A, and make sure you leave the last 3 notes here open, because it really makes it sound very starry and shoegazy. So. That bridge section is basically the chords I showed at the beginning, but you're playing them open, so so you're starting, that chord starts at 3 on A, and then you're moving it up here to 11. So and then you move it down 2, then down 1. Repeat that twice. It's very easy. So after that section of, you go back to your open chords of C, G, and during this time I'm playing the solo, which I'll be playing on the 12 string. So while I'm playing that, you're going. Very easy. So after the 2 repetitions of that, after getting out of the bridge, it's impossible to try, and it's impossible to lie, and it's impossible to deny. Hold on that chord. And then bar chord here on 8. That there wasn't a home at all. Back to G. And then the song is over. Hopefully that made sense. I know I did a lot of kind of just doing it. But I mean, all the chords I make are very, very simple. And it's just knowing where to put them. Super easy. That Stars and Meteors. Meteors.